He stepped down, trying not to look long at her, as if she were the sun, yet he saw her, like the sun, even without looking. We can know only that we know nothing. And that is the highest degree of human wisdom. Rummaging in our souls, we often dig up something that ought to have lain there unnoticed. Love. The reason I dislike that word is that it means too much for me, far more than you can understand. They've got no idea what happiness is, they don't know that without this love there is no happiness or unhappiness. For us there is no life. You can love a person dear to you with a human love, but an enemy can only be loved with divine love. What counts in making a happy marriage is not so much how compatible you are but how you deal with incompatibility. Seize the moments of happiness, love and be loved. That is the only reality in the world, all else is folly. It is the one thing we are interested in here. I often think that men don't understand what is noble and what is ignorant, though they always talk about it. Something magical has happened to me, like a dream when one feels frightened and creepy, and suddenly wakes up to the knowledge that no such terrors exist. I have wakened up. A man is like a fraction whose numerator is what he is and whose denominator is what he thinks of himself. The larger the denominator, the smaller the fraction. I wanted movement and not a calm course of existence. I wanted excitement and danger and the chance to sacrifice myself for my love. Because of the self-confidence with which he had spoken, no one could tell whether what he said was very clever or very stupid. Every lie is a poison, there are no harmless lies. Only the truth is safe. Only the truth gives me consolation, it is the one unbreakable diamond. I'm like a starving man who has been given food. Maybe he's cold, and his clothes are torn, and he's ashamed, but he's not unhappy. He looked at her as a man might look at a faded flower he had plucked, in which it was difficult for him to trace the beauty that had made him pick and so destroy it. Can it be that I have not lived as one ought? Suddenly came into his head. But how not so, when I've done everything as it should be done? A man on a 1,000-mile walk has to forget his goal and say to himself every morning, today I'm going to cover 25 miles and then rest up and sleep. He stepped down, avoiding any long look at her as one avoids long looks at the sun, but seeing her as one sees the sun, without looking. There are no conditions to which a person cannot grow accustomed, especially if he sees that everyone around him lives in the same way.